Hi everyone, I'm hoping this will actually have gone smoothly today. Yep, seems to be working. So, yeah, we are exactly where we were last week. Yes, it's a beautiful day outside. It's absolutely perfect, except for the really strong wind. So, yeah, and it's going to get worse tomorrow, and then back to rain for the rest of the week. So 20 up here today and 11 down in Melbourne next Saturday, I believe. So I'll just check that you can hear me. Excellent. Yeah. So there's a few things I bought yesterday. I'll just, yeah. This is the handle from one of the radios. My friend was over this morning and we plugged it in and it works. So believe it or not, this heap of Astor is working beautifully. The speaker sounds a bit rubbish, but yeah. So this might be a future live stream project. You can see it's a bit heat damaged, and yeah, so there's quite a bit of a gap at the front. And I'm trying not to knock over the GX300. So yeah, and this is sort of bowed at the front, and the bass is sort of quite skew with. You can even see that on the camera when the camera's distorting it. So it doesn't close properly and all that sort of thing. But I'm going to try straightening it out with the hairdryer. So you can see inside, it's pristine inside. The dial is unfortunately cracked, as the aerial has just come loose and fallen out. Yeah, so the dial is cracked, and yeah, the volume control will clean up. So that's a project for the future, and that was $5. I also picked up this for $10, and it's got its original case and 4 batteries which are pretty much dead, and the charger and everything like that. It does work, although I haven't tried it on the TV or anything like that yet, but the mechanism is playing a tape and you can see it through the viewfinder. A massive 1/2 inch black and white, or actually 1 inch black and white thing. So yes, I used to use a pair of these back in the day. I had a slightly newer but much lesser model, and I've got about 50 tapes which are still good. And yeah, I worked at Channel 31 in Melbourne, which was, or it still is, a community station. I'm just having a look at this battery cover. Well, it's not a battery cover as such, it's the the flex, or yeah, the 240 volt cord. So that goes in there, and there's the pins come out through these two holes, and the switch goes through one of those slots. I also managed to pick up this book, which I've got the first volume of it, but then a couple of years later they published both volumes in one hardcover book. Maybe the second part of it wasn't ready. Yeah. So there's James Dibble. And yeah. So it's got lots of really good photos in it. It's from about 83, 85. So yeah, looking forward to rereading the first section and reading the second section. And the last thing I got was these. So they're the original Philips service sheets. And this one was just floating in the breeze in this folder. Looks like late 50s through to early 60s. They're 224s in it. And it's got all the portables and things like that. So, yeah. I've got these in the HRSA circuit books, but the transistor sets, which are in here, I don't have in those books because they only cover valves, I think. Okay. So I'll just have a quick sip of my tea. So I haven't actually touched the desk here. Actually, I'll just flip that over to the YouTube studio so I can sort of keep an eye on it. Yep. Yes, so I haven't actually done anything on this desk since last week. Why aren't you changing over? Okay. So this thing is playing up again. There we go. I really have to sort out the Stream Deck. So I'll just position this camera over here. Enough of me for this week. Okay. So I haven't actually touched anything on this desk this week. I've been clearing out the garage and a couple of boxes, or actually 4 big tubs of cables and other sort of obsolete rubbish, or not rubbish, but obsolete things which I no longer need. Yeah, so I managed to get, I think it's 8 1UF polarized ones and 3 non-polarized 1 microfarad caps. That's all they had, and they weren't in the actual trays as such and things like that. So I was lucky to get those even. Whoops, I just dropped the screw out of here. I'll have to look for that. There it goes. Yep. Okay. So I'll definitely keep that with that. That'll be a bit of a problem if we lose that. I'll have to go searching. I do have lots of those red screws. Okay, we'll turn on the soldering iron and we'll clear up these capacitors. I think we ended with capacitor bingo or something, didn't we, last week? And we've got that tape. The solder. Right. Now we have this one down here, that one up there underneath the aerial, and I think it was two over here from memory. See one, yeah. So unplug this and we might as well start on this one. One at 50. Oh, everything's falling off of here. And these are what? One at 63. Even better. So these are Lelon brand ones, which, while not high quality Nichicons or anything that good, they are reasonable. I've seen them in lots of computer monitors and Samsung gear and things like that. So they're not horrible. They're just not the best. They're probably middle range or something like that. Okay. Yeah. So that one is between. Oh, that camera's moved yet again. It just doesn't tighten up. And I've never been able to get it tightened up. Okay, we're doing this cap down here. And it's between this IF can here and a resistor down there. So that should be easy enough to find. That's that one. Yeah. And the laptop's going to be silly all day today, I think. So there's that. There's two in that. Well, there's actually three in there. So we'll do this one first, I think. And we'll just use some solder wick on this, I think. solder sucker is a sort of blocked and the nozzle is too big. I can't find the other really tiny nozzles. So oh, yuck. I'll clean that off too. So that one is there. Able to clean my stuff off of there so it leaks out eventually. That's one side of it, definitely. And the other side, yeah, it definitely goes into the same thing as that. And it's that one, and that's out. And that one's out. So that's that one. Now we'll do a little capacitor bingo. Yeah, we'll see how bad this one is. Well, yeah, it's 1.5 times what it should be. And the ESR is quite high. And of course I didn't look at which way round it went, did I? That was dumb. Folks are dumb where I come from. And which of those? Yep. So what I'm going to do is turn it on and see if it actually makes a difference. Okay. Now I'll just bridge those two. Make these even. Where was it? Okay. Doesn't seem to make much difference. How bizarre. Okay. Right. Yeah. Good. Okay. So what I have to do is clear the holes because there's so much solder on this board that it all just flows. One hole, but the other one's going to be difficult because there's three components in here. Okay. Probably getting my head in the way. Come out. Comes out when you don't want it to, and yes, those 11 capacitors cost the grand total of $2.20. That's it. Perfect. Okay. Now I think it might have been that way. Wasn't that going in? It is clear. Am I going into the right holes, or is it this way? Must have been this one. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I should have got a pair of these yesterday too while I was in Ultronics. These are getting a bit, how's your father? Been using them on things I shouldn't have. Okay, let's try that. Sure it'll work. Where's the end of the... oh, there it is. Yep. Right. Good. Static on all three bands. How'd that tape get on there? Right. Now, our next one is up here, I think. Okay. Now, can I swing? No, I can't. I don't have to unsolder that again. Down there. I'll just swing this out the way, I think. So we can do that. And that is... yeah, that's a 1. I think. Or is it a 10? No, it's a 10. Ah. So I could have done that last week. Doesn't matter. Do it now. So that's... down. Oh, that's right, it was underneath the tuning stuff, wasn't it? That's why we didn't do it. Okay. So it's practically in line with that. Oh, it's under all that bloody wax, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. There's a ton of wax on that, and yeah, there's at least 4 wires down there. I can come up a bit, picking everything up. Yeah, won't be able to point at it except with my thumb. It's that point there. So let's go digging in the wax. Okay. Okay. This was the one with the wax on it. In fact, I'm going to disconnect the aerial completely. I'm going to rip it apart otherwise. Just know I am. Thought this was a simple thing to do, but it's not. It's pretty easy to put back on again anyway. Why does everything get so tangled up? There we go. And then we'll get some more tape and we'll tape that on there. Still got that one up there to do. Yeah, there's 2 down in there. Yeah, there's 2 down in there. I don't know where they are. Okay, move this down a bit. Yeah, there's 2 down in there the 4th time. So one there and one there. Now this one, okay. Yeah. Okay. Untangle that. somewhere up here. The switch isn't particularly well. Oh no, it's not screwed in, that's why. Okay. So to do some more digging by the looks of it. Where did I? Yeah. It's underneath. That was good. That's what I meant to get out to my wax. Oh, there is a, yeah, it's a little tiny resistor in there, in all that wax, so that's why they put it on here. Okay. Hopefully there isn't any more wax, so I'll chuck that in the bin. Now, I think it's down here. So I'm just going to explore around and try and find. Yeah. Down a bit, is it? Across, maybe. It shouldn't be that one. Or is it? No? Okay, that's one of them. Yeah, that's the other one. Okay, good. And they're quite long leads on that, so I'm going to trim them off. Make extraction a bit easier. Okay. Let this cool off a bit. It's getting burnies. Okay. Ooh, ow. That's the problem with the very thin stuff. It gets very hot very quickly. Now, is that going to fall out or what? Sorry, can't see this. I'll just pull this out and then we'll... Okay, so it's out. And I'll remember the polarity this time. So basically negative north. Now I can't find my little bag of capacitors, can I? Where did you go, my little lovelies? Ah, blind as a bat. I can't see things that close and small with my glasses on, but I can't see very much with them off. Now yeah, no, that's a 10 microfarad. We won't put a 1 in there, so we'll have to find some 10s, and I hope that I've got some. Sure, we used 10s before. Yep, 10 at 16. Perfect. Negative north. Yeah, I can only see one hole. Oh no, I can't. Yeah, oh. Yeah, it's right down underneath another component. Which I might try. Get that silly sticky thing out the way. Try these things. So that's north. No, I wonder if I've got the bigger ones here. Looks like it. Found these by Lake Burrumbeet, which is probably about 50 or 25 k's away from Ballarat, and they've got Werribee Hospital Theatre written on them. So people steal them from the hospital and use them for fishing. My friend Ross says. Okay, so that's in. I'm just going to get it far enough down. Yeah, don't fall out. Good. This is a much smaller one than before. Good. Okay. Ooh. I was closing up a collapsible crate yesterday, and I sort of caught the very corner of it on my fingernail there, and previously I broke my finger there without knowing it. It wasn't until about 6 weeks later they x-rayed it and said, oh yeah, you've got a break in there. And yeah, so every now and again the pain manifests itself in the break, or where the break was. It was about maybe 10 years ago I broke it. First broken bone ever. Yeah, where did that little bit go? Okay, let's try it as usual. Now we don't have the tuning capacitor or the aerial connected at all, so it actually sounds a bit louder. So must be doing something good. And that's that one microfarad one. And this is the 10 we've just pulled out. This is a bit bulgy down the bottom. These don't have the cross in the top. They're way before then. So they vent out through the rubber in the bottom. Or the 12.79 at 105. Is that in focus? I can't see. Put my glasses on and we'll have a look. Oh yeah. Okay, why did that turn itself off? It's plugged in, I think. That's very odd. It can't have been running on batteries. Maybe it overheated. These cameras tend to overheat. When they're on for a long time, but this hasn't been on for a long time. It's not that hot. Yeah, it's not charging for some reason. Wonder what's wrong with it. Plug it into the other outlet on the charger or power supply. Yeah, it's working now. Okay, so I'll have to take it down and put another battery. Unfortunately, I charged the spare. Where do I put that? Oh, here it is. No. I'll put it up here. Put it in here. No. Well, that's useful, isn't it? Always something goes wrong. Chat among yourselves. I'll put it in here. Ah, yes. Yes. So I've got the battery. Now I'll just have to take it off of the mount and put the battery in. Okay. Yep, we're back. Excuse me. It's very windy and spring is coming, so yeah. So I'm going to be sneezing a lot in the next couple of months, unfortunately. Yeah, we did the capacitor, didn't we? So I'll put that one in the dead pile. And we'll get on to the other two. Actually, I can see three down here now that I look at it. How am I going to get to those easily? Not easily at all. So, yeah, that one's right underneath there. The other one is underneath there, and another one is up here. Yeah, so we'll do the easy one first. That one is going to be particularly hard. Or maybe not. Okay. We'll start at this end. So that is in the mixer, I think. Down there. So below that volume control, and it's sort of across there, so it's underneath all this wiring. Typical. What I might do is tape that down. So I don't burn the wires accidentally if they move. Don't know how well that's going to work, but try it anyway. Nothing really to stick it to. Might keep the wires out the way. Right. Now this is just going to be poke it and see, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of these right down. Yep, I'll bring it down again. Yeah, it's one of these right down in here somewhere. So what you have to do is just heat it up and move it around until you get the right one. Not that one. One of these three, perhaps. No. It's going to be down a bit further. So now we're going to burn the wires. Okay, so it's that one. No. This one perhaps? Yeah. Okay. So, get our stuff onto it. So it's that one, and that one. This tape is not particularly successful. Okay. So again, they're really long leads. A lot of stuff sticking out of these. Come out. Okay, there you go. Assuming nothing disastrous happens, I am going to continue on with this until I finish it today. Come off. Not supposed to stick. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Now, polarity. So is negative north. Don't burn the wires. And the hole is filling up again. And we're out. Now, do our little capacitor bingo. I think this one should be okay, because unless someone's really used this as a karaoke machine. Yeah, ooh, actually 1.43 and 2.40, which just goes to show if you don't use a capacitor, it still can go way off of value. Okay, so negative north. It's still a little bit blocked. Yeah, no. Okay. Here we go. In like Flynn. I had a student say that once, in like Flynn, and I asked her, do you know what that means? And she said yes, and she gave me a brief explanation, which I won't repeat. And I said, do you know who Errol Flynn was? Because that's named after him, that saying. And she didn't have a clue. So I showed them a Errol Flynn film the next week. He was an Australian actor who went to Hollywood and was really successful, especially in the swashbuckling pirate movies. But he had a fearful reputation with the women, which back then was acceptable. Do what you liked back then, in the 1940s and 50s. Right, 2 to go. So this one, which is right on the edge, that'll be easy. So where does that go? Up there? Ooh, no, it won't. It's right under all those wires. Excuse my head getting in the way every time. And that's just the brakes. Now, is it on that big thing there? No. It's a bit further down. It's right in the corner. Okay. Use a proper screwdriver. Now that is done up really tight. Move that out of the way. And then we'll hopefully hold the wires out the way enough. We'll get our soldering iron in there. Yeah, that looks like it. You see it over the down in the gap between there. Let's just chop this off, I think. Yeah, these are getting very blunt and chipped. Come off. Go underneath the wires. Yeah, it's a bit better. Ooh, ow, ow. Ooh. Yeah, that looks reasonable. Now again, negative north. Good. So this is a 1 microfarad, 50 volts. Get on there. Yeah, 1.5 at 2.1 ESR. So that is definitely worth changing. Okay. Negative north. See if I can get in without the forceps. Just about. Come on. You know when to go in. No. Last one's going to be really tricky. Or maybe not. Right. Looking good. Oh, don't burn the cabinet. Good. Apart from burning the cabinet a bit. No real damage done. Okay. Hopefully that'll go back on. Actually, we've got to glue another piece back on, haven't we? This is becoming very brittle, this plastic. Okay. Hopefully recapping won't need to be done for another 50 years though. Okay, let's plug it in and try it again. And find the cord. Nothing. How have we killed it? All the wires are on the speaker. Spoke too soon before, didn't I? That is... I think I might have bridged something here. Just maybe. Or is it a dud capacitor? Or upside down maybe? Can't be upside down. It's, so I said negative north, didn't I? Negative north. If I pulled a wire off or something. And it's switched on. Is that touching? No, that's got insulation on it. Well, that was good, wasn't it? It's working perfectly up until that capacitor. Now, do we have power on there? Should have power on there. What the devil? Oh, okay, something is loose. So we'll turn that volume down a bit. Yeah. What loose wire have we got? No loose wires by the looks of it. Tighten that screw up a bit so it doesn't. I really don't know. Not doing it now. There's no sound at all from it. I wonder if the... No, not the band switch. Now, is the radio getting any power? Still switched on. No voltage on the switch. Right. Now, do we have any down the bottom? Oh. Oh. I know who it was. It was this shorting it out. Must have been this shorting it out. That's the connector up on there, I think, or one of them. Yeah, so must have been shorting out on the power supply transformer down here. Well, yeah. Okay. Right, phew. Thought something terrible had happened there. So we'll pull that out. And onto our last cap, which is actually the most difficult to do, which is right down there next to this tantalum. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have a very quick toilet break and I'll be back. Okay. I'm back. Right. Yeah. So now this one is sort of in line with that one. There's not much. Yeah, it's just that tantalum lead there. What do we do? That one and that one. So that'll be the tantalum and that'll be the capacitor there, I think. So it'll be down there, I suspect. Because there's the one we've just done. And there's the tantalum and that will be the capacitor there. That is very close to that. Those tracks are very close together. So can I get my finger down in there? Yep. See if we'll wiggle that around and just see. No. What? One of those two. It's not this one, is it? No. Has to be one of these. Very careful not to burn any wire. No. It's pretty confident with that too. Oh, how unusual. Okay, so that's that one, that's that one. Yeah, so that's got to be one of them. The next, and it's facing west. So maybe it's those two. Yeah, that's one of them. And that's the other one. Okay. So it's those two. Yeah, okay. Okay. That should just fall out. And it has just come out. Great. So lucky last will be, I reckon this will be high as well. These Panasonic caps from 50 years ago are definitely showing their age. Okay. Yeah, 150 and 2.5 ESR for a 1 microfarad cap. Okay. Right. Now my phone's getting about to go flat. Okay, negative west. So if we can get this one in. Ah, yes. That was surprisingly easy. Now if we can do this without burning any wires or the case or anything like that, we're home and hosed. And find the solder. Yeah. Maybe it's not shorting. Those tracks are very, very close together. And try turning it on. Would help if I plugged it in. Nothing again. What is wrong with this thing? Doesn't look like it's shorting. We'll try it anyway. No. No shorts. Must be something around the power cord. No. don't think you can see that. Hope this switch down here inside the socket hasn't died. So it took me months to find a replacement for another radio cassette. That's very odd. I'll try spraying down in there. Now, where's our good stuff? No, 240 volt stuff isn't usually a problem. No. Oh, our wires come off the speaker again. Okay. All is forgiven. Yeah. Been sort of manipulating this around so much. Okay, we'll do it properly this time. I think I did it properly, sort of properly last time. This is getting quite short. Yeah. Do with a good cleanup. Okay. Yeah, where did I put the pliers? There. Okay. And put this in here. Put a proper dollop of solder on it this time. There's the other thick stuff. Looks pretty good. Except it didn't take. And this has got to be proper wire. It wouldn't be aluminium wire. Surely. No, it's still not sticking. It's a bit better. Yeah, okay. Need to do underneath there. Yep, all good. Ooh, ow. Didn't mean to do that. That didn't sound very good at all. It was shorted against the transistor. Now that did kill it. Bugger. Shoot. Hope I haven't blown the transistor. Oh no. Oh, wow. How did it short against the transistor? It just would have been the cone. Maybe the metal part in the center? That can't be earth, can it? And that would have just... That's earth and that's earth. Oh, wow. Clean these off anyway, but while I think about it. Yeah, that's really hot. What if I've blown the speaker or something? No. Actually, that's... What? Why is that white wire connected to both terminals? Something sneaky going on there. Wish I could find a schematic for this that I don't have to pay for and is clear. What a bugger. What a bugger. Now, is it getting power? Or is there a fuse or something in here? I should check the voltage on that, shouldn't I? Actually, it's making a noise. Would help if I turned it on. That's better. No voltage going through the switch. There's the volume control. Yeah, it's making a noise. Yeah, it's making a noise. So the amplifier is okay. What have you done, Andrew? Put it through there. So that can't short out. Okay, it's up full volume now. Radio phono, that's okay. Touching the volume wiper and earth and all that sort of thing, and it's not making any noise above what the low level hum. Oh! did I do? Is it this switch here? I didn't even touch anything. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yep, definitely working. Okay. I don't know what that was, whether there was a bit of dust shorting something out, or actually there's a bit of, oh, I know what it was. It was this off the speaker. Yeah, so there's a bit of wire on that bit of plastic. So that must have been shorting it across. Oh, yeah. Okay, heart attack over. Okay. Now, what do we have to do to put it back together again? Start by cleaning all these wires up for a start. It's a double sentence, isn't it? Beginning and ending with start. Okay, that's how they were. And that one should be in there, down out the way. That there. Now, where's the faceplate? So, I have done this badge here, and it still needs to be cleaned up, but actually it's coming off there, that's all right. There's little bits of paint. Didn't want to do too much to it while it was wet. I'll clean that up after. It looks much, much better. And I've also done the center of the grill. So, first we have to put the speaker back into that part, somehow or another. Actually, we're going to put the board screws back in. Here's all the screws and everything. Okay, so I think it's the red ones which go into the board and everything. Yeah. did one go down there? Yep. Now, where's the... Let's keep on meaning to file off the end of this so it's squarer. Turn it backwards, then down. That looks like it's had something on it. Not that screw then. It'll be one of these. And another one there. Yeah. And another one up there. That's not going down quite, is it? So I'd like. Maybe this one over here. Or up there. There. It's a fourth one which goes somewhere. And there's another couple of standard screws. So I'll put this one here anyway. Yeah. It's quite tight. I have to loosen all these off, I think, because it's moving down. Or moving up. Yeah, it's moving down towards the bottom. Which means the knobs won't be in alignment. That's better. Okay. Now, is there any other screws to go in? No. There's one there, I think. Right, good. Now we'll try it again. We've got it plugged in. Oh, so what's wrong with you? You don't want to go back together, do you? That is definitely in. And is it switched off there or something? No. It's really dead this time. Okay. I'm not convinced with this screw here. This switched on. No. It's not that one. All I've done is put 4 screws or 5 screws in, and it's not working again. So yeah, wire being pinched or something. Not here this one, but you never know. There's wires underneath there. Everything's connected to that as it should be. Oh. No. That is making a thumping noise. Again. The light is working. How bizarre. I'm going to continue, and I'll tighten these up with it switched on. Which one did I use? This one? Oh, okay. I just touched that. Like just touched it. It's definitely on still. When I touch the transistor, it's making a slight noise. Doesn't look to flash that solder joint down there. Wasn't one I did, but factory. I'm pretty sure this isn't it. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. Then the amplifier's on. Actually, I'm just wondering, no, that's got to connect to something. And that's not connected to anything. Need to be a little bit careful. Yeah, signal strength meter is really, no, it's actually works that way, doesn't it? Now that, shut up, Andrew. Yeah, there's signal strength there. Don't know whether you can see the meter moving. Bring it down as far as I can. Yeah, if you look at the meter, so the light is working and the meter is doing what it's supposed to do, and that's making a clicking noise. This is really bizarre. So close and yet so far. Okay. So I'll spray some stuff in there. Okay, it's not that. Okay. Wonder if anything's... not that, is it? Forgotten to trim the leads off of these. That's what it is. Last week. Betcha that's it there. Yeah. Reckon it's down there. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Turn it off. Move this right across. Okay, no. That one isn't even. Yes, it is. Can't even see down there. Maybe. This has all got wax on it, no wonder. Come out and stick to things. There we go. Now, are you going to work? No. So it wasn't that, although that was a likely suspect. All right. I'm about to give up. For the evening. And I'll trace this in the morning. This is sort of a real mystery because it was working fine just before. Yeah, that one. That's an original one. Yeah, I'm going to. Oh, I don't know. What's that? Ah, there's another. Something stuck in the wax up here. That looks original. Is that supposed to be shorted across there? That's one I haven't done myself. Continuity. It wasn't up here, wasn't it? Yeah, that's shorted across there. But I didn't do that. Turn it off or do this. Okay. That looks really dodgy down there. Bad soldering on their part. Still nothing. Have we killed something? What else did we do? There's a bit of tiny bit of copper across there. It doesn't seem to be shorting. Slightly minuscule. Let's see, about half the width of a hair. And there's another piece down there in two. That's the problem when you disturb things. That's the actual wire. Okay. Well, that was disappointing, wasn't it? It's still on. Making clicks when I do things. So the amplifier section's working, but the tuner section So I haven't burnt any wires or anything. That one looks pristine. Yeah, they're all okay. That one's a bit, I don't know. Yeah, so, sorry, this was a bit of a boring live stream, really. Yeah. I don't know what. Must be something shorting somewhere. What can I use that's not going to short it all out? Just have to turn it off for a second. So that's got a bit of solder on that wire. Is there a lead end I've cut off and stuck down there? There's so much wax on this board. Take that off. Alright, none of those wires are touching the board, except where they're supposed to. Yeah, still clicking. Meter's still doing what it's supposed to do. It's funny how there's no hiss when I turn it up. And when I touch the volume control, pins, it's not buzzing or anything. And yet it's still making the clicking noise. So there's power getting through it. And another bit of solder just came off then. Very, very tiny amount, but that's all it takes to short something out. So these tracks are very close together. I don't know. Okay, you can do that all night. So I'll have another look at it tomorrow. Yeah, I really don't know. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll be back next week. Probably might start on the Sony, was it 400, that stereo radio cassette, although I still don't have the belts. I ordered belts 4 months ago and they still haven't arrived, and I put a dispute in with AliExpress. I'm still waiting to hear back from them. So yeah, okay, I'm going to end it here and say good evening. Bye.